Welcome back, guys. Without further delays, we will move on to the next question. Question number 21. A process has been created, but it is not listed in the control room. The following reasons have been suggested. The process uses objects with a different run modes. That is not the issue. The process has not been published. If the process is not published, then it will not be available in the control room. Process validation shows more than 99 errors. Okay. The users does not have privileges to run the process in control room. Okay. The second is the correct one. Second and third might be the correct. Second and fourth might be the correct one. Let's see the result. Second only. Yeah. So without the privileges is not a problem, and validation errors also is not the problem. It will create the problems while running the process in control room, but for seeing the process in control room, these are all the not the possible issues. So second only, that is a correct answer. We'll move on to the next question. Okay, when designing a Blue Prism solution, a Blue Prism architect must respect a requirement that no customer data is visible within the Blue Prism database. Consider these possible design alternatives. They want the customer data is not to be saved in Blue Prism in any ways. So we will see the what are the ways to do that. No customer data in the work queue. Okay, no customer data in the work queue. Design alternatives. Okay, this is also one of the way. No customer data in the work queue. That can we can do. Encrypt the data in the work queue. Yes, this also the encrypt the data in the work queue can be done. Switch off all stage parameter logging. This is also can be done. Okay, no customer data in the work queue will be depend on the switch off all stage parameter logging. So it is already there. 2 and 3 might be the correct answer. Let's see. Yes, 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Okay, when building a solution to use tags within your queue, which of the following statements is correct? True. Adding a tag requires an item to be locked. No, not this is not a scenario in Blue Prism. We can, if it is not locked, also we can add tag. Adding a tag requires an item to be locked if there are multiple resources working on the same queue. This is not an issue. Adding a tag does not require an item to be locked. Yes, this is the correct one. We'll see the next question. According to the Blue Prism best practice, which of the following information would be appropriate to store in the work queue tag? Okay, let's see all the scenarios. There are 6 scenarios, 7 scenarios as there. Okay, actually tags means we want to differentiate these items in bulk. Okay, if there are students are there means what are all the departments? Mechanical department, electrical department, computer science department, like the three tags. If there are three departments, we can make it as three tags. And if there are each 10 students in every department, then we can tag the 10 students in every tags in every department. This can be used by tag. We can for the 10 items, 10 students, we can mark it as mechanical department, we can mark it as electrical department, we can mark it as a computer science department. When we want to proceed with the computer science department only, we can filter the tag by mentioning computer science, and then we can process all the students there. So this is the basic concept of tags. If you see the options, we can identify what are the correct ways to implement tags. Let's see. Something that identifies the type of work that was performed. Example tags might be funds transferred, SIM card requested, account closed, account suspended, account noted. Yeah, this will be the correct way of implementing tags. Something that identifies exact daytime of a step in the process. No, this will not be the correct one because each item will be having a unique tag in this case. So this will not be the correct way to implement the tag. Something that identify the source of work. Example of tags might include email, web form, Excel, Hadoop database. This can be a correct way. This will be the correct way. So something that identifies the client record to make work queue items easier to search. Example tags might be a phone number. Okay, phone number is unique queue. So this will not be the this will not also be the correct answer. Next will be something that identifies the type of process scenario. Example of tags might include invalid product, unrecognized customer, gone away marker, invalid status. Yeah, this will be the correct one. Details of an exception that has occurred. For example, login screen was not found. No, the exception details will not be the tag items. So this can be applied into the status, but tags cannot be included with this type of exception messages. Okay, so we will move on to the next question. A process definition document should achieve which of the following? The process definition document is giving the actually what is the process definition document? What is the existing process is doing? The detailed definition of the existing process, manual process, is the process definition document. Let's see the result. The provide a highly detailed description of every step required to perform the manual process. Yes, this is the correct answer. Okay, we will move on to the next question. What is the correct sequence for delivery documents to be created? Okay, this you can see PDD, OAD, ODA, process definition document, and OAD and ODA. So we will follow these document steps to get the project delivered. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Which of the following statement is true when employing multiple objects in the object layer? Okay, reduces the number of the developers who can work concurrently on the object layer, makes a process run faster, creates a smaller application modeler. This is the correct answer. Increase the risk of the process layer when changes is made in the object layer. No. Creates a small application modeler is the correct answer. Okay. If you don't understand, please mention in the comments. I will put a detailed description on this question. Okay, we will move on to the next question. Okay, which of the following can you perform in system workflow area of the Blue Prism? There are tabs will be available in the Blue Prism application. One is Studio and Control Room System. These are all the main tabs. In the system workflow area, what all we can do with the work queues? We cannot refresh your queue in the system because it can be done in the control room. Create a work queue and encrypt a work queue can be done in the system, but we cannot see the contents of the work queue in system. So 2 and 3 is the right answer. Let's see what else is there. Next question. How can an environment variable value be updated? Environment value can be updated in the system tab. Okay, let's see. By updating the value in system manager. Yes, this is the correct answer. Okay, next we'll move on to the next question. When considering an element attributes in application modeler, which one of the following statements are true? Elements attributes in application modeler. So we have to see the options. Okay, the attributes are provided to Blue Prism by the target system. Yes, from the system target system will be having some attributes. It can be captured by Blue Prism. So the attributes will be provided to Blue Prism by the target system. The list of the initial selection of attributes made by Blue Prism will always be the optimum attribute set for the element. This is not the correct answer because according to the requirements we will change the attributes, because we need to be precise on the exact application, because if there are two application open we have to see which application we have to be work on. So according to that we will change the attributes. So second one will not be the correct answer. The list of attributes may vary from application type to application type. Yes, attributes may change according to the application. Selected attributes are shown as ticks in the match columns of the application model. Yes, this is also the correct answer. We will move on to the next question. Which of the following stages can be found in both Process Studio and the Object Studio? The page stage uh, can be available will be available in both the Process and Object Studio. Let's see the answer. Option C. Yes, that's the correct answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Okay, we'll see. Study the following image showing pan of the flow with page. I think page of the flow within a process. Okay, let's see. Retry limit is 10, and they are doing can create reservation, recover, and resume cancel reservation. So if you see in the here, mm, because the create reservation is failed, we are doing the cancel reservation as a retry logic. If it is also has been covered in the exception block, if any issues happened in the cancel reservation also will be captured from the recover. So it will not be a, it might be a continuous uh, infinite loop may happen, but or else unwanted situation, unwanted errors will be happen. So that might be the issue. Let's see that. There is a missing recover stage, and no, there are no missing recover. There is a missing resume stage on one of the routes through the flow. No, there are in both routes resume is available. If an execution is thrown in the exception is thrown in the cancel reservation page and is allowed to bubble up to be caught by the recover stage, the create reservation action won't be retried. Yes, this will not be retried because cancel reservation itself we are having some problem. It is again captured by this recover. The retry count is not being incremented for each try. Yes, this is also one thing we have missed. Retry count is not incremented here. Otherwise, it will be in the infinite loop. That is why we mentioned as infinite loop. Okay, we will move on to the next question. Okay. The screen contains four buttons: find, save, close, and new. When the buttons are spied, the attributes are identical except the Windows text attribute. The values for the Windows text attribute are find for the find, save for the save, close for the close. Okay, the dynamic button element has been spied and as the following attribute set. Yes. Okay, here the dynamic value should be given by the navigate stage, and navigate or navigate only we are going to press that. So we will give the dynamic value for the Windows text. So let's see the result. The params button must be selected and the parameter configured to override the window text attribute value to close. Yes, if you want to close button do the close action, then we have to give the close in the parameters value. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Consider the following process flow from a subpage of a process. Okay, what is happening here? They are navigate to such screen, and then such screen performs such screen, and then found means it is going, and no means it is throwing the exception. What is the problem with this page or flow? I can see there is nothing problem with this or flow. Let's see the answer. Yes, subpage. There is nothing wrong with the subpage of the subpage flow shown in the image. You should see the other options as well, so you can have the idea these are all the wrong things. It will be helpful while attempting the another question. So I am reading out for you. The subpage process flow is missing any retry exception handling that should exist where a process calls object actions that interface with an application. Retry exception is not needed here because there is no exception block has been created. For better visibility of the process logic, the flow steps shown in the image should be on the main page rather than in a subpage of the process. This is not the correct one because process logic can be always mentioned in the subpage also. It can be bubbled up if there are any exception in the subpage. It will be bubbled up to the main page only. So that there is no necessity to do it on the main page. The exception stage within the flow should be removed and replaced with an end stage that returns the found data item as an output parameter. This is not also not the correct one. We have to throw an exception, then only it will be captured. So, okay, next question. Which of the following tools can be used to spy the mainframe? Grid tool. Grid tool is used to spy the mainframe application. Okay, what is the default port of Blue Prism Resource PC? That is 8181. Yes. Which of the following methods is not used to read the PDF text documents which was created using Microsoft Word and Adobe Acrobat? We can copy the data from the PDF. We can have that region spy mode. And we can surface automation. We can use the surface automation to get capture the data from the PDF. And we will see what are all the other options using the Adobe Acrobat API. That is also we can use here. Is not used. Which of the following methods is not used? Okay, saving PDF or as XML or Word. This is not used by Blue Prism. Okay, we will move on to the next question. Who should create the solution design document? Blue Prism developer only. Okay, you can see here what all the documents is available. So you can have the clear idea about the documents in the Blue Prism and the flow also. So this is for you, and I will also copy in the notepad. It will be useful. Okay, I will give you all this information in the description. Then we will move on to the next question. Which of the below keyboard keys should use to exit the spy mode? Control right click. Yes. Okay, explanation, you can see the screenshot. Which of the following spying modes has activate application action for its elements? Windows Win32 mode. Yes, this is the correct answer. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is it for today. This is it for today. We will continue with the other 20 questions in the next session. Uh, okay, please subscribe, guys, and like and comment if you have anything. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Bye bye.